Hey everybody, we're here at PAX West 2016 and RPGamer is trying out Super Dungeon Bros.
Yay! I'm Ben Davis. I'm the community manager for React Games. I'm going to teach you guys how to play and I'll show you a little bit of the work that we've done.
Awesome.
So we'll jump right into crypt time.
All right.
And we can both pick our bros. Now, we've done a lot of work on all 4 of the bros. They're all named after rock gods and they all have their own individual personality and character. When you're playing, you can press on the direction pad and it'll start a banter system. So if you're saying, hey, I need help, then Lars will come back with saying something witty and clever to that moment.
Right.
We also have several different sets of weapons. I'm going to say let's start with the swords. But to show you, there's all sorts of different swords, different wands, there's different crossbows, and then there's different hammers. I prefer to run on the sword, so let's just start with that one. So while it's loading, I'm going to give you a little bit of an intro to the world because we can't really hear the bros right now.
Right.
Essentially, we live in the world of Brockheim, and we're a little bit bored because, you know, there's no more brews, no more babes, no more bones to kill. I mean, it's terrible. But fortunately, Freddy, our red guy, I like to imagine that he's been partying with his non-bros. They like to listen to a lot of pop music together. And while he was dancing around, he bumped on the record and he started playing in reverse, and a secret message came out to tell us that the 3 records of power have been taken. And it's only up to the 4 bros to go in and save the day. So essentially what we are going for is collecting as much loot as we can before the threat meter on the right-hand side fills up.
All right.
So this is a roguelike. When we start the game, we can either increase difficulty, or we can decrease difficulty up here.
Okay.
So glass cannon is actually a double-edged sword, and I don't really like any of these shrines, so I'm just going to run away.
Okay.
Now in normal play, the threat meter will go up. It is going up on this play as well, and it will get to a point where once it hits a bar, it will spawn in a bunch of enemies, and we'll have to deal with those. And I'm actually going to have you come this way, bro. That way.
Oh, awesome.
And
so there's sort of a system to tell people, hey, let's do this thing.
So this is a puzzle where I'm going to need to sacrifice myself to get you across. But there's a little lever that you can press for me.
Awesome.
And once you hit B, it'll open up for me to come by.
Yikes.
Or you can just leave me over here to fight all these bunnies alone.
I pulled it.
A good bro helps his bros out.
Yeah.
All right, so you just collected a power-up. They are color specific.
Okay.
Blue only goes to blue, yellow will only go to yellow, and yours made it so you will do increased attack as your health drops.
Okay.
You never know what you're going to get or not get, but we do guarantee that all of the mini-bosses will drop some kind of orb for both players. So I've had some playthroughs where I have only had 1 or 2 orbs of power before I get to the final boss. And I'll have, on this one, I'm going to say, hey bro, bring the ramp back down.
Okay.
And then I'll jump up. And then while you fight your way over, I'll bring this down so you can jump onto the cage.
All right.
Gotta take care of those brownies.
Oop, and I got a few more. All right. Thanks for helping a bro out.
Yeah, bro. So you can also ride on the hazards, as I have decided to do.
Oh, no.
I get really annoyed by archers, so sometimes I'll just pick them up and I'll throw them.
Oh dear,
but I can't pick up a super, So we're getting a lot of people come in, so I'm going to run my super.
Okay.
I'm going to swallow you up in it.
Whee!
Now, any of the supers they will work with any of the other players. So if you had picked a crossbow and I did my bro-nado, I still would have turned you into a bro-nado.
Awesome.
And if you used your super on your crossbow, it would have impacted me.
Okay.
So we don't want you to feel like, oh, we all have to run the same weapons if we want these supers to work. I hate these archers. I'm just going to throw them away.
excellent solution.
They're not good bros. Oh, hazard.
Oh.
So you can't kill the hazards, but they will impact the enemies.
Okay. Oh, we got a lot of friends now. Bro!
Yeah, Bronado!
Woohoo! Okay, that was awesome.
All right, so coming up on the mini map, we can see that there's a chest.
Right.
Every floor has at least one chest at the exit. Some floors will randomly generate more chests.
All right.
They're either going to drop more gold or they will drop power-ups. This one has dropped some shrines.
Okay. Ooh, a power-up.
There you go. Now you got
lifesteal. Oh, I like it.
And I have something where I can throw you. Let me pick you up. And you'll explode.
Nice.
And it'll hurt enemies around you.
Okay.
So every other stage is a boss stage, but on the mini boss stages, we have to work our way up there. Good job getting number 1, bro. We share gold at the end of the stage. Okay. I mostly ran with the R2. So your normal attack is the first one, heavy attack is the second one, and depending on the weapon, the third one is either going to be your heavy, your super, or your life.
Okay.
It gets so chaotic when you've got 4 players going because they increase the amount of enemies for every bro that's on the field. And when you've got bros and I can come over here and pick you up and I say there's a swarm, take that, and then I'll just wipe them out.
So I have slightly lower health than you. Is there a way to recover health?
So because you have that lifesteal, you're going to recover health anyway. Okay. But we're going to look for some brews. Because everybody knows that a good brew replenishes health. And all we gotta do is keep breaking these things open. It's a random drop, but it's essentially like our turkey. And I also ran right into that blade. I helped develop the game, and that bad bro that I am, I just stole your brew.
No!
Yeah, I just Michelangelo'd you, I'm so sorry. That pizza was there, and I just had to eat it.
Now we do have a shared pool of lives.
Yeah, so those hearts at the very top are our lives. If one of us dies, then I can get you up. I'm not saying that you're going to die first. I'm just saying.
If someone dies.
Yeah,
can you fall off the edge here?
Yep. And it's so much fun to fall off the edge that it doesn't do that much damage. We love it when kids pick up mom and dad and then throw them off the ledge. But it wouldn't be fun if that was an instant kill. So we've made the fall damage not as bad as a hazard damage.
Okay.
Come here.
Need to find some brew.
So enemies don't usually drop brews. They're usually in these chests. Let's see if we can find one up here. Oh no, you're just getting a bad luck on this draw. And I'm getting a good one because I drank your brew earlier. All right, so you never have to do an enemy encounter. You are allowed to skip anything. Oh no, my bro went down. All right, so I'm going to do my best to save you without getting killed.
Woohoo! All right, we're back up.
I just love riding on the carousel. I've got a 2-year-old, we go to the zoo, we ride on the carousel, and now I get to do it in a video game.
All right, so you said this is up to 4 players.
Yep.
Is it 4 players local or online?
Both.
And it's Xbox One,
PlayStation 4, Steam, and Windows.
All right. Now, are different versions going to be able to play with each other?
Yes. So Xbox One is going to be cross-play with Windows 10.
Okay.
And PlayStation will be cross-play with PS4.
So even if I have a bro that loves computers, I can still play with him with my PS4.
I know. I mean, it's tragic for him because he doesn't get to play the great console games, but, you know, at least you get to play with him.
Ooh, brew, I got brew.
Yeah, you got your brew. And I got one too.
All right.
So we're coming up on a shop. If we had died and we needed those extra lives, a shop would be the way to do it. We both use a super, and you can buy more supers for 75 gold. It's the cheapest power-up that you can buy.
Right.
Because we want you to use those supers.
Right.
But we want to also make you earn the replenishing of the supers. So what you're on is the super, this is the health, and then this is an extra life. Extra life is the most expensive, and I typically tell people, be a good bro. If you stole some extra life, you know, buy it back by using your gold on that one.
Makes sense.
All All right, this is a little bit of a tricky room.
Whoop.
I always get this messed up, so I'm going to be like staring at these spikes, trying to figure out the best way to navigate. There are several spike traps throughout the game, and you just kind of got to get into a rhythm with them. So because it's procedurally generated, there will be times when you start to see rooms over and over again.
Okay.
But you never know what's going to spawn within those rooms. So you might have a room that spawns a bunch of enemies, whereas you'll get another room that'll spawn a chest. And I'm going to open this chest. I know my bro is over there, but you know what? I want all that gold.
All right. Oh, it's a dead end.
So now I'm just waiting for a safety. Oh! My bro! All right, before we go into this mini boss, I want to tell you something.
Okay.
Remember, we could pick each other up with that L1 button?
Right.
If you use that on an item, you can also use it as like a twin stick shooter and spin around with your right analog stick so you can run away while facing a different direction.
Okay.
And we're going to use that for these bombs that are coming up. So you can attack them, and I've seen players do this. You can just attack the whole way through, but it might take a while to actually kill them. So instead, it's better to go for these bombs that keep spawning and just toss them at them. And I totally missed. All right, let's see if I can get you back up. We're very forgiving on the revives, so I have been able to revive someone who's in a spike pit without getting too close to the spikes myself. Do you want to try to grab one of these bombs? I'll try to get his attention.
What was the button for it again?
It's the left button, so just next to the left trigger, and let me roll out of the way so you can twin stick them. But be careful, if those snipers hit you, it'll hurt. So run towards me, run away! Yeah, the bombs can go off in your hand if you're attacked.
Right. Okay, run away, run away!
So kind of remember that twin stick with your other analog?
Yep.
A lot of players, so the archers are able to get that no problem because they've been using twin stick the whole time, whereas we have been running with a sword, and it becomes a lot harder to remember that you've got another analog stick to use.
What? 2 analog sticks? What's this craziness?
I know.
Oh, run away, run away!
So once we kill this boss, I'll show you a little bit of the persistence within the game. So first of all, we both get orbs on this one. You've got a poison aura, so once you're next to them, you're doing 4 hit points of damage just by standing next to them.
Awesome.
And then up here, we have this new type of chest, and it's going to give us shards.
Nice.
So let's go to the next world and get a quick game over, and I'll show you what those shards do once they kill us all.
Sounds good.
I'm just going to run over to a trap room and let them kill me. And I will tell you, it has been so difficult to not sing along when I'm hearing these songs. But I know I've got a microphone on, and I know that I have no more voice. Your poor audience would have to hear just the worst.
Well, maybe we'll go over and record something over there, for the bloopers reel.
So now we're getting on these ones. So the fall damage didn't do that much to us, but these ones are going to start doing a lot more to us. But I'm going to try to find like some spikes, because that's a little bit easier to deal with than doing these and waiting for the overshield. Okay. Don't mind me. I'm just going to carry you.
What?
We tell families all the time, if you want to, you can carry each other through the stage. You can throw each other wherever you want them to go. And I know how exciting it is to watch a game over. So press B to revive, and that uses one of the hearts.
Yep.
We share those lives, as we mentioned earlier, but they are replenishable for 500 gold.
So pretty inexpensive.
Yeah, I mean, that is a power-up on your weapon, which you do need for a playthrough, because every time you start over, you're starting at a 0 point. Your weapons are going to be at that 0 point no matter what. All right, go ahead and use that last life on us.
All right, time to die.
Whoa. those snipers keep hitting me. I'm like, why am I getting pushed back? When you were playing earlier, you probably got hit by those snipers. And before I die, you notice that this guy with the eyeball, he had some fire underneath him.
Yes.
He leaves a trail everywhere he goes.
Okay.
So from this stage on, enemies are going to start having different impacts on you. Some of them are going to have auras that revive their own health.
Right.
Some of them will have poison auras like what you have.
Yes.
So they will do small amounts of damage being next to us. Some of them have a little blue aura that makes us slow. So if we're trying to run away, all of a sudden our jump becomes like a little weak jump. And then we'll have more aggressive enemies. In a normal play, once you're done, you've got a total score that will go to a leaderboard.
Okay.
So you can show off to your friends. But then this screen, we've got our shards that we won from beating that boss.
Right. And this is sort of what the permanence between runs is?
So we have 16 weapons in the game.
Okay.
But the game starts at retail with 2, a sword and the crossbow. So you want to buy the hammer and the wand, and then as you get more shards for beating more enemies, you're able to collect more weapons, up to 16 weapons. They all play differently, and depending on what kind of players you have, you can have a full team.
And any of the 4 bros can equip any of the 16 weapons?
They all get the weapons, and they all get to wear. You can stack them like what we did, or you can have a total unique experience with everybody.
All right.
It's like you said, it's both online and co-op. What I love to do with my friends, we tend to play a lot of very serious games at home. So on a Friday night, we'll buy a couple of beers, we'll have a few drinks, and then we'll play this and just laugh for hours on end. It's just so much fun to play with friends. But there is a lot of rock, paper, scissors, because if you're playing against a boss and he's doing all that damage that we are doing, but you just can't throw a bomb at him, having an archer nearby, he can shoot one of those bombs and blow up the boss that way.
Sweet. So there's lots of different ways you can play the game.
Exactly.
All right, so this was Super Dungeon Bros on the Xbox One. Also coming to PC, Windows, PS4. Do you guys have a release date in mind?
We're going for November.
Awesome.
And it's going to be a 1.0 launch. We're not doing a day 1 patch. It is launching at 1.0.
All right. Stay tuned for more coverage here from RPGamer at PAX West 2016.
Thank you.